using the Mishkan Tefillah, which is available. I believe the link is on our website, as well as on the Facebook, so you can take a look, or just look through the URJ directly, and it's a PDF, and you can slide through it. So feel free, or you can just sing along with us, is fine. We are just so blessed that you guys could join. This is such a hard time for all of us, and here we're really trying to be safe and cautious, but we want to connect to you, because the worst thing about this whole crisis is we're alone and we're isolated. And I hope this service that we do today will bring your community and your friends and your family a little closer together. So we're really blessed to be together. We're going to begin with a little Passover tune, which if you want to follow along, it's on page 665, and it's pretty familiar, Let My People Go.
As Israel stood by the waterside, let my people go. At God's command it did divide, let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land, tell old Pharaoh, let my people go.
Boy, that song hits in such a different way, and I think it always calls out to you. So I have my phone here. I'm not texting or doing anything. I'm trying to get a hold of our synagogue president to make sure. He was giving me a hard time for texting. So, but I'm going to call him right now. He has some announcements, at least by phone. Hi, Bruce. All right, I'm going to put you on speaker. 1 second. You're on, Bruce.
Great. Hello, Rabbi. Hello, Ian. Hello, Paul. And Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to our new normal. I hope everyone is adjusting as best they can. I hope you and your families are all doing as well as can be expected. I do want to say, Rabbi mentioned that we're all isolated, and we may be in our homes, but we're not isolated. We are still connected. We're connected to each other via phone, via Zoom, via a live stream of a Shabbat service, and your temple is still connected to you. I can't thank you enough for everything that you are doing. We've had so many calls and emails from people asking whether there's anything they could do for the temple or for their fellow members. We truly are a family, and at times like this, our families pull together. Hopefully you received my recorded phone message today. We have now added the robocall system as another way to keep you informed about what's happening at Temple. Don't worry, it will not be like election time when you get flooded with those calls, and the only president you will hear from is me. But when there's important information, we want to be sure you get it. We will continue to send out emails, use social media, and the Temple. By the way, if you're not getting the emails from the Temple and you want to be on that list, please call Joanne at 432-2995 to get your email address added to the list. A couple of things of note: religious school parents, you should have been notified about what's coming up on Sunday, and you all should have received information about the virtual Seder Rabbi and Cantor are providing for Passover. We will always have a list of upcoming events on our website as well. And the Rabbi will have a list of upcoming events and opportunities later on when he does the announcements, which, by the way, Rabbi, you did much better last week than the week before. But I hope you don't get too good at it, because I don't want you taking my job when we're back all together. Before I go, I want to wish happy 100th birthday to Jenny Cole. I'm so glad some of us were able to be with you from a distance and safely confined to our cars today. They say 120 is the new 80. So Jenny will be talking again in about 20 years. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And if I don't talk to you before Wednesday, have a happy Passover, and please stay safe, everyone.
Thank you, Bruce. Sorry, I had the volume down a little at the beginning, but it's really, really good to hear your voice. And don't worry, I'm not giving, you can have the announcements. It's all yours. Bruce mentioned the Passover Seder, and we had a little bit of a miracle. We got those Seders over to a bunch of the local nursing homes here so that the residents can enjoy them. And Cantor went above and beyond, and Mark Sloanham and Joanne as well.
And Dan Kester.
Yeah, it was quite a team
We all had to
effort.
work a minor miracle to get DVDs to Canterbury, Weinberg, and Amberley. So as this is going along, if you know of another assisted living that has closed circuit, what did they call it? Closed?
Yeah, I think closed circuit.
Closed circuit TV, and it's old school that they need DVDs. They don't have smart TVs or whatever in the individual rooms. We'll get more DVDs off to people if there's other houses where, I just say houses, and I don't want to say homes. I want to say complexes.
Right before, you could see our candles are lit. We had a virtual Zoom candle lighting, which was quite a lot of fun. It was really funny because Cantor and I both had our Zoom accounts open at the same time. We had to figure out who was on mute at different times so we didn't get an echo. But it was so wonderful. We had about 20 participants. We are going to be trying to do similar things like that. It's 6:45 is the time, so I hope you'll join us. But that's why you see the candles all already lit. One of the things we asked everyone who was part of that Zoom conversation was about the blessings that they have for the week. And we had a number of different blessings, from babies being born to just being together. I guess, first of all, we'll give you an opportunity. If you have people around you, or if you're watching on Facebook Live, if you want to send in the blessings, please write in the blessings that you're feeling right now. We'd love to hear from you. Why don't we talk about the blessings in our life? I don't think I actually shared mine. I'm so blessed to have this time with my family. Actually, they were on the Zoom call as well. With the kids home, we've gotten to spend a lot of time. We actually learned how to play hockey as a family this week. So that was really fun. And we had Jenny's birthday today, and that was really amazing. But we also had my 7-year-old's birthday on Sunday. So we ran the gamut. I don't know, Cantor, do you want to share any blessings that you're feeling?
Well, we're all learning how to cook again. and how to be creative with cooking with the ingredients that we have. And, some nice walks and, family time. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very strange period, but here, hopefully, we can find moments of beauty throughout. So I would like you to turn to page 120, thinking about the blessings in your life and sending forth blessings to others. Feel free also, if you're watching on Facebook, to write in some blessings you want to share with us. Page 120, our candle blessings. If you do have candles at home, we do encourage you to light them with us and to say the blessing with the cantor. And we bring in the Shabbat lights.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with the mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat. We continue with the Kiddush, which is on page 123. Just give me a minute. I'm going to go get the wine. Please join with us. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kichanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'yavav ratzon hinchilanu, Zikaron l'maseh b'reishit, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, Yahava uvratzon hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim, to life, l'chaim. All right, now that we've had our little Kiddush, I think it's time that we welcome in Shabbat itself on page 138. At this time, it's more important than ever to actually intentionally bring Shabbat rest. I know Shira and we talked, and I had a day off on Wednesday in order to recuperate. It's really important as things in this, our rhythms are off. We find Shabbat, so we must bring Shabbat into our room. We're going to sing L'chadodeh, bringing sacred rest. We're going to sing the first 3 verses. That's page 138. And then the 9th verse on 139. I encourage you, wherever you are, to rise on the 9th verse, to bow to the Shabbat bride as she enters into your room, and to welcome everyone that you love a Shabbat Shalom.
Likrat kalam b'nei Shabbat lekabela, lechatodi likrat kalam b'nei Shabbat lekabela, shamu v'zachor b'diborecha ishmiyanu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shemo tiferet elitcha דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת נכוונך ויהי מקור הברכה וראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת קלה בליל שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה בליל שבת נקבלה מקדש מלך יהיה מלוכה כל נציגי מתוך ההפכה רב לך שבט בימי כפך הוא יחמול עלייך חמלה
rise.
לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת מעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי כלה
לך דודי. Greet one another.
לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה פני שבת נקבלה.
I felt your presence here. It's wonderful. So we have actually another greeting that we do on Shabbat. In addition to the Shabbat bride, we bring in the Shabbat angels. So if you're standing, go sit down, take a seat, and we're going to wish everyone, those angels especially, a Shalom Aleichem. Excuse me. And that is on page 142. Shalom Aleichem, 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Nihi Melech, Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei
We can feel those angels on our shoulders, helping us relax and enter into Shabbat with a full spirit. It's so hard for us to rest, and it's so important that we have those angels of our ancestors really protecting us and watching over us. I received a number of poetry this week, and I wanted to share a couple of them. First, by Sheila Tucker Bernard. It's a wonderful poem. She often sends me different poems, and they're so inspirational. Sheila, if you're out there, I really appreciate it. This one is, how could I calm your troubled soul. Maybe this would help someone out there knowing we are still one. How can I calm your troubled soul? What words could I say to make you whole? When I too am consumed in my own brand of fear, I extend my hand. My love is right here. We watch and wait for the word from the news. We have suffered before, we soldier on, we are Jews. We cling to our rabbi, his calming voice and devotion. We cry with our cantor, who's fraught with emotion. We stare at the chair we last were at home in. Was it Friday the 13th we were first alone in? Then through the door a familiar sound of giggles and laughter all around. Their faces aglow, they are my hope for tomorrow. I hug, pray, and live. I don't feel my sorrow. We are not alone, our lives have not faltered. We still have family and friends, though our scenery has altered. So this is how I calm your troubled soul. Your blessings will embrace, your love will sustain you. We will survive, we are whole. Soothing words and prayers. What beautiful words, Sheila, keep them coming. And I also heard from Grace Bluestein. Many of you know her, she often writes poetry over the years. This is called The Silent Spring. This silent spring, there still are birds, the silence one of lack of sound, school buses and baseball games, lawnmowers, ladies lunching, and voices gathered, merged in prayer. This silent spring, little echoes of sounds, words of hope, words of help, small deeds looming large to ease the silence. And she had another one as well. Silence, isolation, four walls, a womb from which to be born into a new world. Brave, perhaps, but tried and true, where the air is fresh and clean and the people bathed in courage. So we move to our prayer of community. Community means something so different today than it usually does. It doesn't mean us being in the same room together. Community means being connected virtually. It means being connected to the people we love, even when we can't see them directly. So I encourage you to rise, 146, and I want you to feel your ancestors surrounding you. I want you to feel all the people you love in this world there right beside you, even if they can't physically be there. 146.
La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. I heard them singing.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could see everyone's faces here. On the bottom of 147, let's read the second reading. If you're in your own space, read it with me, please. I'd love to hear your voices. Oh God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthest most star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. Sorry, my wife told me I need to wear my glasses, so I'm going to make sure to do that. She noticed that. We're going to turn to Ahavat Olam, page 150, bringing in that love into the room, into our life. 150.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו וקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגן יומם הלילה.
Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Blessed are you, God, who loves us, your people Israel. Page 152, 53, the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
You may be seated wherever you are. Find a comfortable chair as we turn to the V'ahavta, page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. All right, Cantor, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
All right, so Passover is coming up in just a few days, and Passover, the Haggadah and the holiday itself, is filled with so many melodies. What do you think is the most popular melody? I don't know the answer, I'm asking you. What do you think? What do you think is the most popular, some of the most popular melodies on
Well,
Passover?
definitely the melody, like we were talking about at the virtual Seder, we were talking about how addictive, right, the Manishtana Israeli traditional melody is. There's also, like, for the Manishtana, there's also one that's like a learning Steiger, which is just used in the Talmudic academies and things like that. Manishtana halayla hazeh mikol halelot, that type of thing. But the leitmotif for Passover is Adir Hu, which we're going to do all the way at the end. It's a grand anthem that just speaks of the grandness of Pesach.
Well, when I think of like the melodies of holidays, sometimes the Micha Mocha, it seems like we always attach a melody from the holiday. I know Harvey Horowitz always likes to do it. We used to have a member, Esther Bates, may her memory be a blessing, who would do that too. And it's that little hint. And there's certain melodies just fit in. Adon Olam, of course, you can do to any melody. But Micha Mocha, it fits a lot of different melodies, surprisingly.
And you got to work it.
All right, so you're going to try this melody, Adihu. Is that what we're going to try to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so 158 is the Micha Mocha. Go. It's actually a little bit complicated to get in the Micha Mocha.
Yeah.
It doesn't have an even rhythm. We'll have to go
Well, there
consult.
was a tag. Should we do the coda this time?
Oh, yeah, let's hear.
Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed. That was the big finished ending that I kind of cut off.
I don't know. I think we need to go back to Moses and tell him to, keep the meter a little bit more even. Okay, so now we turn to the Amidah, the Tefillah, our central prayer. It's on page 164. I invite you to rise, as this is our moment to talk with God. And we do believe, by the way, in Judaism, that we can be angry with God. So during your private prayers, even here on Shabbat, if you want to tell God like it is, that's okay. This is a strange and difficult time. Please rise, or if you can't rise, just straighten your knees and feel that moment. 164.
Join with me. Hanananananana Adonai. Hananananana Svatai Tiftach. Hananananana Ufi Yagim. Ufi Yagim Tehillatzecha.
We continue 166, and Cantor will continue through page 170.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur ve'hanobra Ireyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim V'konei Hakol V'zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot U'mevii Geula Livnei B'neihem L'man Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magid Abraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia Mashiv HaRuach U'Morit HaGashem Mechalkel Chaim B'chesed Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umakayim Emunato Lishedei Afor Mikavocha Baal Gevurot Umidavelach Melech Mebit Umechayei Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah l'chachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kedoshim b'chol yom Yehaleluhu chasela Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
We continue quietly with our own private prayers, either standing or seated. And whenever you're ready, well, we're going to resume prayers, we'll say in just a couple minutes. But really take time to address God and to think and to tell God the things you need to say, those most private things, and hopefully to send healing messages out to the world. We'll resume our silence in just a couple of minutes.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Li'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha. Tasim le'olam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael. V'kol עת v'kol sha'ah b'shalom lecha. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha. Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rava Yisrael Amcha. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Tasim
Beautiful. I also want to just commend Paul Staley also. So nice to have you. Just the three of us. We're really a unit here.
You know,
You can't hide from anyone here because no one's looking at you.
I was thinking that it's almost time to start bringing in some High Holy Day liturgy. It just seems at this time like I'm hearing some of the songs and the meanings of the songs and the words of the songs, and it just seems like it's time to kind of reintroduce little smatterings of some of our most beloved High Holy Day music.
I love that idea. I mean, Passover often was kind of like the high holy days of the ancient world, or the July 4th, the central holiday. So we actually are in kind of that other season. I always think there's a corollary between Yom Kippur, which is about the soul and cleansing your soul and really getting into the nitty-gritty, which is so hard, and Passover, which is about cleaning your house and how hard that is. I can't decide. Certainly, if I wasn't a rabbi, it would be an easy choice that Passover is harder. Given the work I do and that we do together to work on high holiday services, I think I would say Yom Kippur is harder. I don't know. What do you think for you personally, Passover or Yom Kippur?
Probably, I think for Paul, Yom Kippur.
He's pretty off on. You're pretty much off on Passover.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of preparation for in general. So it's hard for me to extract like Yom Kippur from the High Holy Days because the entire project is big. Purim's big too, but Purim's fun, right?
Yeah.
It's just like,
Well, there's wonderful, and I think part of this time of uncertainty is that these holidays of our year, either the Jewish year, secular year, whatever you're celebrating, are markers of our life. They're things that we look forward to, and they help propel our year and get us away from the monotony that could take over if we didn't have any differences in our life. And I think one of the hard things about this time period is that we can't gather and do those markers. So there's really some grief in that. And I think it's really important, anyone out there, still find ways to bracket your life. Without a bracket, it's just a run-on sentence. And we don't want a run-on sentence, or your life won't make sense to yourself or to others. So today is a very, very special day because it is Jenny Pohl's 100th birthday. It's hard to even fathom. It feels like we've been thinking about this moment for many, many years because Jenny is just an incredible human being and just her ability to keep on contributing meaningfully to this world to our own community is just amazing. It's inspiring, really. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we celebrated for Jenny, but I want to read something that I found tonight from our prayer book. It's right by the Via Hafta. It just kind of popped up off the page. It could only be found in Mishkan Tefillah. It's a very subversive reading, and it's by Martin Buber. Many of you know Martin Buber's theology, I, thou. Often you had to read that maybe in your college courses. That basically it comes down to God is about relationships, and that we can always have a relationship with God even through inanimate objects. And he really encouraged that connection between one human being and another. But he wrote this wonderful subversive theology that's actually talks about it would be better to not believe and to do the right thing than to believe and do the wrong thing. And it's wonderful. They have it right by the Via Hafta on 155. He wrote, "When people come to you for help, do not turn them off with pious words saying, 'Have faith and take your troubles to God.' Act instead if there were no God, as though there were only one person in all the world who could help, only yourself." I love that sentiment because for him, it's just so important that we nurture and connect to each other. There's wonderful stories that I remember hearing about Abraham Joshua Heschel and Martin Buber. If you're familiar with their story at all, both of them were actually very active in the German scene in the 20s and 30s. Buber is a little bit older than Heschel was. And they would often, they were, I think Buber was somewhat of a mentor actually to Heschel. But Heschel came from like a Hasidic sense. Buber had a little bit of that, but he was the kind of person who, as you could see here, how do we say the term? It's a little like my 7-year-old at home. He liked to play with tradition a little bit. Nudnik? No, I don't know if I want to say that, but there's just some funny anecdotes about how when Buber was in Israel, and Heschel was in New York at the Jewish Theological Seminary, Buber would especially call Heschel on Shabbat. And if you knew Heschel, he was a very observant Jew, and he only took one call, which was from Martin Buber. He could not say no to Martin Buber because he knew who he was, and they had that special relationship. There's another funny story that I heard once about how he came to lecture in New York. Heschel, I think, had invited him to the Jewish Theological Seminary, and it was on a Friday night, and they had candles burning like here. And you're not really allowed to touch those candles from a traditional standpoint. Meanwhile, Buber was playing with the candles the whole time. And you know that Heschel was kind of going crazy in his head. What is he doing? So those are kind of the fun stories. But I think his point here is that it's really about giving in this world. That if this Judean religion that we celebrate so much, the Judean, Christian, Islamic, Abrahamic religions, it's all about how we take care of one another. I don't think that was true in the ancient world. And that's something that our forebears really taught, most specifically in the Exodus story, about how it is our obligation, a mitzvah, a commandment to give. And I think about this teaching in this time of limitation, because it's so much harder for us to give. We so much want to do things, but all the normal things that we would do to give to another person are limited. Can we go and and walk, hug, kiss another person? We really are very limited. Even preparing meals, going to volunteer in different places is almost an impossibility. That's really such a sacred need because it brings so much meaning. So which brings me to Jenny. Jenny's birthday was today. And for many months, her, if not even more than that, her family, her daughter Jody that's locally, and her other children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, had been preparing for an immense celebration. It's a very rare thing to be able to have a 100th birthday. I know that we actually had it planned here in our synagogue because Shir Shalom is so much part of Jenny's life. She continues to volunteer, or was until we're not allowed to, on Wednesdays every week. And she answers the phone and opens helps open the door, and she does an assortment of things, which is amazing. So we were going to celebrate here. And we knew over the last couple of weeks that really was no longer possible. And it was a great deal of sadness. We've had a lot of sadness. One of them this weekend. This is actually the weekend that we were supposed to have our first bar mitzvah that got postponed, Bryce Tubin. And my thoughts and all of our thoughts are with his family. We so wish that we could be celebrating tomorrow night with them, but we will do that at a later date. So we had to figure out what to do. So one of the things that's been happening is kind of a caravan of cars. And so we thought about this idea a couple weeks ago, and we planned it for today, at 11 o'clock today, and it kind of expanded. So many people love Jenny so much that they all wanted to give. They wanted to make her birthday special. And if you know Jenny, she is the most remarkable person because she is extremely humble. She is not the kind of person who wants a big celebration. Every year she's there at the Walk for Hunger, and she would be leading the way. I mean, it's incredible, a 99-year-old leading the way on the Walk for Hunger with all these much younger people around her. But she really doesn't need that kind of fanfare. Her whole thing is to give, to do things for others. So I was wondering how she would take this. So we all gathered, and actually I think it's on a couple of news reports today. You might be able to see on Channel 2 and Channel 4. I'm not really sure. But anyways, we gathered here at the Shir Shalom parking lot, each of us keeping our distance in our own cars. Nancy had actually Nancy Magori in our office had actually printed out Jenny's name and happy 100th birthday, and she put it on her car, very colorful letters and numbers, and she actually went so far as she actually sealed herself into the car, and she led our caravan in her red car as we went down Maple and up towards Hopkins, Hopkins and Klein, where Jenny's apartment is. And I was wondering, what would it be like? Would Jenny like this moment? Would this be something? And there, we arrived at her apartment, and she has a balcony. She's on the second floor, and she was out there, and she was waving like a queen. It was amazing. Her face was beaming with a smile, and she had her daughter and her grand dog that was there, and I think a grandson as well that was over there, standing outside. And her whole balcony was decorated, and she was out there as we made our way through her little parking complex off of Hopkins. One by one, the cars would go, and she never lost that smile. She kept going the whole time. We circled around a second time. It was so much fun. It was so meaningful to see all the signs, to see all the connections of so many people in her life. And I was thinking about it, that she was actually giving to us. That she is so generous of spirit, even though, I think it was happy. But I think what made her most happy is that it made us happy. Because it gave us something to contribute to. Because she she is out there, and she knows that when we're going by her, that it's brightening our day. And hopefully brightening a lot of people's days is if they hear this story. Nancy told me that there's an actor from The Office who had filmed John, I forgot his last name, but he actually has all these videos of these wonderful, inspiring stories. So we're going to try to get Jenny on there to see that, to show it to a broader audience, because it's amazing. So Jenny, if you're watching, I don't know if you are, we're going to wish you a happy birthday again.
She hasn't really been able to get anything. Her grandson was going to help her, but it hasn't worked out yet.
So Cantor just said she hasn't been able to get on, unfortunately, but hopefully someone will show her. It's one of the complicated things. So many of us are more in isolation than we normally are. We did post on Facebook asking people to write in their memories, and it is incredible. I actually realized, I was talking to Rabbi Tannenbaum this week, and his birthday is today too. So happy birthday, Erwin. Really, really hope it's a wonderful, joyous one. We were talking about how the thing that makes Jenny remarkable is not that she's 100 years old now. I can't even believe that we can say that. It's that just she is a person who brings others towards her. She would be remarkable if she was 27, 50, whatever age she is. I have that sense that she is real, authentic, aware, present in a way that so few people I've ever met are. Even when I'm distracted in the office, she will be present and she will ground me.
She will stop you and make sure, everything's good.
Yeah, it's wonderful, and just a happiest birthday. I hope at least her family is watching. So we're going to should we sing her a happy birthday? Do you want to? Oh yeah, let's sing it to her, and to anyone else who had birthdays recently. Jenny would want you included on this. Our birthdays are so different.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenny. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Jenny. All right, we're going to switch gears to thinking about those who are ill in our community. And I want to say first, I got this message from Nancy Millman. She has a friend of her mom's, Carol Kozmowski, who's on a ventilator right now, so please keep her in your prayers. Other names that we're thinking about: Chad Ayers, Vivian Burstein, Peter Coyle, Kathy and Chris Crawford, Lorraine Dweck, Joyce Gafter, Don Galinsky, Saul Glena, Greg Hill, Erica Horowitz, Natasha Kokin, Stephen Kokin, Marcy Leonard, Diane Lynch, Cindy McCulick, Fern Middleman, David Parizo, Larry Perlitz, Gail Siskin, Howard Smallin, Flora Snah, Laura Spire, James Steinhorn, George Terabasi III, Devorah Bat Sherwood, Avraham Ben Moshe, Sarah Bat Chava, Malka Bat Naphtali, Kayla Bat Miriam, Gershon Ben Shlomo, Mariam Friedel. I encourage you to say your own names, Cantor or Paul, if you'd like to say any names out loud. Of course, to all those who are suffering right now, we're sending lots of prayers out to you, healing, protection. The prayer itself is on page 370 in your prayer book, page 370.
May
complete healing of body and soul. We also send prayers to all healthcare workers out there. This wonderful sign on the fence of maple that we saw. All those who are putting their lives at risk, may God give them sustenance to overcome in these difficult days. May they continue to care for those in need of care. And may we someday soon, in the very near future, see an end to this epidemic that we're going through. We're going to turn now to Aleinu, page 586, and I invite you to rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol latet gedulah liyotzeh breshit shelo asanu ki goyei haratzot velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem v'kom avenu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korein v'mishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamelachim hakadosh baruch hu.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
You may be seated. We're going to turn now to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Grosser family. Russ lost his aunt this week, Patricia Campbell. May her memory be for a blessing. On our Shloshim list, those who died in the last month. Again, we continue prayers out to Helene Barish. Her husband, Don, died last week. We're still remembering Terry Cohen, Marilyn Hawk, Jerome Michaels, and Bitsy Soltz. And our yahrzeit list from years past: Pauline Bash, Bessie Berman, Fritz Bleichfeld, Morris Block, Max Brody, Joel Ehrenreich, Faye Freudenheim, Irving Fudeman, Fanny Galperin, Ralph Gefsky, Sanford Galernter, Lester Glickman, Charles Hoffman, Dorothy German Narko, Sadie Karnofsky, Joseph D. Klein, Mary Klein Katz, Ralph Kushner, Sidney Lifton, Ada Mesnikoff, Ida Michaels, Mark Muggelberg, Harriet Multer Greenberg, Jenny Nieberg, Rita Olshan, William Olshan, Ethel Pausner, Leo Rosner, Lillian Rosenthal, Rose Rubin, Edward Senecal, Violet Slepian, Isidore Snitzer, Jacob Sohinke, Louis Sohinke, Robert Spiegler, Jerome Tokars, MD, Betty D. Tufts, Howard Yud. And we're also, of course, thinking of those who died, particularly in Western New York, of COVID-19. I think we were up to 17 yesterday. I don't know how many today, and some 1,500 in New York State. So our thoughts and prayers are with them. Any other names here? Feel free to say your names out loud. By reciting a name, it's our way of extending their memory and bringing that back. So I invite all those whose custom it is to rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach chereteh, v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yamachon v'chayeh d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'yizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah v'rach le'olam olmei olmaya. Yitbarak, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shmei dekudashah, b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata. Damiran v'yalma v'yimaru, amen. Yehi shlamar abamin shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimaru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yal kol yoshvei tevel v'yimaru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, amen. Zikronam livracha, may their memories always be for a blessing. So we really appreciate you joining with us. If you made it to part of the service or all of the service, it's a really wonderful way to stay connected. We are trying, Cantor and I, and our entire community really to stay connected in any way that we can. And we encourage you, if it's helpful, to try to join in as many different things. I want to really commend Joanne for getting out our newsletter. Some of you, there was a mistake with the newsletter. It arrived a little bit late to some of you, but we did send out the PDF, and Joanne had designed a beautiful cover here about staying connected. Let me tell you a little bit about upcoming events. Of course, nothing in person right now. You should also know there's been some issues with Zoom, and so if you noticed it wasn't on the website in the same way, we're still trying to figure this out so that we keep our community safe. But you can certainly write to Joanne or I or Cantor if you needed to if you didn't get the link to the Zoom. And if you haven't used it, try it. We're really, it is a wonderful way to connect if you want to be with us. Tomorrow morning, we're actually having two different Zoom events. We are having our Torah study group. And if you're interested, just email me. I have the text as well. That'll be at 9 o'clock. And then at 11 o'clock, we have our Shabbat morning service. And particularly if there's any B'nai Mitzvah students out there, we'd love to have you. We do use the Kol Shema, but I can send you the pages if you'd like to join us. On Sunday morning, we are going to be having religious school events. So if you're in the religious school, just look out for an email that was sent from Einav, and I hope that you'll join the various events that are on Sunday. We also, those of you in the adult B'nai Mitzvah class, that'll be 1 o'clock on Sunday, and if you didn't get the link, just let me know. So Passover is upcoming, hard to believe. We're on the countdown, I think 5 days away at this point. So we have a number of things happening. Cantor already mentioned earlier in the service. She and I sat down in our own individual homes, and we set our own kind of virtual Seder plate, and we went through the whole service, the whole Haggadah, and if that's useful, please put it on with your family. I know it's not live, but that's a wonderful way to connect, and we're so grateful for Cantor and Mark and Dan Kester for being able to and get it over to the nursing home. So if you're in Amberley or Beechwood or Amberley, Canterbury, or Weinberg, I hope that you'll have a chance to see it on your closed circuit televisions.
So that one's on YouTube.
Oh, it's also on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. So if you follow our YouTube channel, you'll find it on there already. And then it is probably posted in the website already and probably on our app, if not very soon, if it's not on the app already, or a link from the app. So it should be on all the platforms, a link to that YouTube.
Well, I got a wonderful email today, so I know it came through on email today.
An email, right, which had that link too, right. So the email went through already, and I think, did we put it on Facebook yet? Yes, I did.
Yeah, I think so.
So I'll do it again, just because it falls down in the feed, but I'll do it again also. So please, enjoy it.
So just letting you know, I did a little video on this, just go easy on yourself. If you don't have all the ingredients, just be creative. That's actually what the rabbis would want. use your phones to call people, invite them in that way. You can either, it depends on what service you're using, but Zoom will allow for 40 minutes for free. And so you can include a couple of people video conferencing. Google also has a platform, a Meetup. So there's a variety of ways, or just calling. We have a lot of people that are by themselves in their own homes, and I do hope that at least they can kind of set it up. We're also really, really happy. I don't know how many meals are left. That Joanne called Darcy over at Johnny C's. We're very grateful to Johnny C's. They have provided Passover meals complete with gefilte fish and matzo ball soup and chicken and broccoli and salad and macaroons, I think. There's a whole variety of things, $20 plus tax, and they can deliver too. Unfortunately, because it's so difficult for them, they had to get the orders really early, so we have very limited supply. So I would call Johnny C's if you're interested in getting meals. Just ask for Darcy and let him know, and you can pay directly through them. I should also say the Jewish Discovery Center has a Seder in a box as well as another option, and we're trying to provide those kind of things. Just to let you know what we also have on the docket, we will on Thursday night. Is it Thursday night we're doing our sing-along, right?
Yeah. So what will that be on?
So Thursday on Zoom. Thursday night, and I think we set it for 6 o'clock, I believe. I think that's what we would, because that would have been the time of our Seder. What we're going to do is we're going to just light candles together and sing some of the Passover songs. It'll just be a way to connect to one another in that way. So that's nice. And we also, the following week, on the following Wednesday at 10:30 in the morning, we're doing just a Yisker service. It will be on the briefer end, because we're not doing the entirety of the Passover service, but we will be doing Yisker, and we encourage you to tune in. I don't know what format. You should just keep paying attention.
I think it's going to be Boxcast. It's going to be just like this, and Paul will be here too. So
wonderful.
Yeah, so it'll be like a full Yisker feeling here in the sanctuary with the Ark here and Paul here, and so that's what we're aiming for. Things change every day in the news and everything, but right now that's what we're aiming for. I think with that second night Seder sing-along that we're having, I think they're still working on it. I mean, every day is a ramp-up of all this new technology, but I think they're going to try to put it on Facebook Live at the same time. And that's something that Joanne has been working on. So that would be wonderful, too, if people didn't, even if they opted not to, go into the Zoom, that they could just be able to open up their Facebook accounts and, see it.
Yeah, we're really, it's amazing how much Joanne and, all of us have had to learn so quickly. There was just 2 other offerings that are happening that I know about that are open as well. There's a meditation moment. Just be on the lookout for when that is. I don't have the exact specifics, but I think an email went out. And there's also laughter yoga with Dr. Ellen Franke. That's at 3 o'clock on Thursdays, and that's a fun thing if you want to connect. It will happen this week, even though it's Passover. So we really, please tell us how you're doing. We're really worried about you. We're worried about ourselves. We're worried about this world. You can tell us on Facebook. We put on our site. You can just put what color heart or how you're feeling. A lot of you have been reaching out to us, and please continue to. We want to stay connected at this time and be able to help and assist and just to be able to commiserate together as we go through this. Okay, so I think that's, anything else you think I missed? Sorry, Joanne had it on the printer and I didn't have a chance to get it.
Oh boy.
I think we're
Let's
good.
see. Oh, well. I know that we have the weekly email of events that's still happening. So if we didn't cover it tonight, looking at that weekly email of this week's events and the calendar that's on there.
Well, what we really need is Bruce to do our announcements. Where are you, Bruce? All right.
We lost our job. What can I say? We lost the job of doing the announcements because he does it so much better. At least he has the piece of paper.
Page 649, Cantor's been doing the Tefillat Derek, which you should take with you. It's available online if you don't even have a prayer book. Debbie Friedman, and it's wonderful in this time where every journey is so fraught, so fraught.
May we be blessed as we go on our way. May we be guided in peace. May we be blessed with health and joy. May this be our blessing. Amen. May we be sheltered by the wings of peace. May we be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find their way to every soul. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen.
Hold up your bread. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. May your home, wherever you are, be filled with peace. May you have health and healing and rest on this Shabbat. Shabbat shalom from us.
Adieu, adieu, if never bimhera Shabbat Shalom. Oh.